Thank you very much for joining us on the program today. How can this malware affect your phone with a simple phone call?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, so basically what this is not necessarily a new form of malware or spyware. It's an existing spyware program developed by NSO called Pegasus, and it takes a lot of those functionalities and it's just a new delivery mechanism. So whereas previous cases of this spyware being used against individuals, such as I believe there was a case of an activist in the UAE in 2016, and then suspected again in other cases, is that an exploit link would be delivered via a text messages or an email or something to the target's phone. The target would then click on this link because it would, spoof some sort of legitimate website, and then would, infect the phone with the malware. The new delivery mechanism was a compromise of voice over IP, so the technology that allows WhatsApp calls to go over the internet as opposed to over telephone lines. And basically, the attackers would call the target phone briefly, and by calling them would use that voice over IP vulnerability to transmit this.
If you can hear me, WhatsApp says that this was a targeted attack, but over 1 billion people use WhatsApp. Shouldn't everyone be worried?
Well, absolutely, they should. And I mean, the best way to protect yourself against any sort of vulnerability that's known and disclosed like this is simply to make sure that your WhatsApp and your iOS or Android operating system or whatever are both up to date, because obviously that's the way that you get security patches.
But WhatsApp is an encrypted app. This is I'm just trying to play dummy over here, if you will. So how can this happen?
Well, if WhatsApp is encrypted end to end, so that means that if I send you a text message via WhatsApp, it cannot, mathematically speaking, be intercepted in transit. The only way to then surveil the content of that message, or for example the content of a phone call, is by having spyware or malware physically on the phone that's sending it. So if I can see what's on your screen before you send the message, the encryption is really inconsequential. Or if I can activate your microphone from a distance during a phone call and record that phone call before it goes into the encrypted voice over IP, again, it doesn't really matter that there's encryption there. The encryption is only a question of transit. It's not a question of the stuff that's actually on your phone.
Fascinating indeed. Jackson Webster, thank you very much for joining us on the program today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Next, a jury in the USA